Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. We're unpacking a comprehensive playbook for modern content creation. If you want to understand how the absolute smartest creators are leveraging the cutting edge of AI, search algorithms, and human psychology to build, these unstoppable growth engines, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get right into it. But first, let's do a quick reality check. Most creators right now, they're essentially gambling. They're playing the algorithmic lottery. They chase these viral hits, follow their hearts, post something, and just cross their fingers, hoping the algorithm picks it up. And sure, when it works, man, that dopamine hit of going viral is unreal. But honestly, it's exhausting, isn't it? It leaves you with wildly inconsistent results and zero predictability for your brand. What if instead we could pivot? What if we focused on building predictable, search-first consistency? 16 million. Just let that number sink in for a second. That is the number of views a tech channel called Teachers Tech drove in a single month. And here's the crazy part. They did it with super basic thumbnails and, frankly, pretty boring titles. Apps actually analyzed this, and it turns out they aren't fighting for the algorithm's attention at all. They are fighting for Google's. By creating step-by-step tutorials on exactly what people are already searching for, they're pulling in millions of high-intent, free, passive views that just compound day after day. It's brilliant. Okay, so let's dive into this. To get you those kinds of results, we're covering 5 key areas today. 1, the AI content revolution. 2, enter synthetic intelligence. 3, the new AI search. 4, scripting that actually works. And 5, playing by the rules. Section 1, the AI content revolution, standing out in a saturated market. Right now, there's this massive explosion of output, which has paradoxically made it harder than ever to stand out. Why? Because almost everyone is using the exact same playbook. They're relying on basic clickbait titles, those exaggerated shock face thumbnails, and standard AI chatbots that just spit out super generic text. And when everyone is doing the exact same thing, it inevitably leads to total market saturation and really mediocre results. So, to win, you absolutely have to break away from this standard loop. Section 2. Enter synthetic intelligence, beyond the chatbot. This brings us to a literal game changer in creation tech from Famous Labs. It's called supercool.com. Standard AI, that's a simple one-to-one interaction. You give it a prompt, you get a text output back. But synthetic intelligence, it's like having an entire company of specialized AI agents working for you. You give it a prompt, and it uses what's called chain reasoning, basically breaking a massive goal down into smaller logical tasks, and then it orchestrates the whole shebang. For example, in a recent demo, SuperCool was asked to make a radio ad. It didn't just write a script, no way. It researched the target website, wrote the copy, and autonomously directed an audio model to generate a fully produced 40-second female voiceover ad, literally in minutes. But, and this is a big but, to get those truly professional results, you have to treat this AI like a brilliant new employee. You're not a technician anymore. You are a creative director. Step 1. Upload context. Give it your brand guidelines and internal docs so it actually understands your specific world. Step 2, be incredibly specific in your prompts. Tell it exactly what the end goal is. And step 3, iterate and refine. You've got to actively guide the system to perfection. Section 3, the new AI search, where your content actually gets found. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, why do all these fancy creation tools even matter if nobody actually sees what I make? Well, check this out. Data from 7SEO shows that Google's new AI overviews are completely flipping how people find information. For those high-intent, bottom-of-the-funnel queries, AI heavily prefers pulling in YouTube videos over just standard text. We're talking videos appearing in 63% of tutorial queries and 47% of product reviews. Why is that? Simple. Videos provide structured data, natural language transcripts, and human engagement signals that these AI systems absolutely eat up. So, how do we format our content to actually get featured in these AI overviews? We use the 7SEO pyramid structure. You kick things off with a hook right away, seconds 0 to 20. Follow that up with context on why the topic actually matters. Then, and this is absolutely key, explicitly use numbered steps. Literally say step 1, step 2. This feeds the AI parsers the exact time-stamped structural data they need to feature your content. Finally, back it all up with solid proof and a really clear call to action. Oh, and one more absolutely crucial thing. You must actually say your target keywords out loud. Google's VP of Search, Liz Reed, pointed out that Google can now deeply understand audio content. They aren't just reading your title anymore, they are actively listening to the content. So if your topic is pivot tables, you need to clearly say the words pivot tables, along with other related terms. And look, it's not about keyword stuffing, it's about being comprehensive and thorough, which is exactly what search engines and AI parsers want to reward. Section 4. Scripting that actually works. The human strategy. All right, so we've got the tools and we've got the SEO strategy down. But how do you write something that actual human beings want to watch? Alex Catoni has a fantastic approach for this. She treats content like a deliberate marketing funnel. Every single script you write must have a specific, targeted purpose that maps directly to the viewer's journey, top, middle, or bottom of the funnel. Let's break down her quips, tips, and clips framework because it is highly effective. First up in the framework are quips. This is your top of funnel stuff. We're talking quick opinions, punchy stats, or bold statements designed to appeal to a super broad audience. Your main goal right here is simply to gain followers and get shares. You're casting a really wide net to grab attention without sacrificing your core brand alignment. Next, we move to tips. This is your middle of funnel content. Here's where you share specific tools, frameworks, and highly actionable advice that actually helps your audience achieve a specific goal. Notice how the strategy shifts here. Your goal isn't just about racking up views anymore. It's about inspiring the viewer to take action, converting them from a passive social follower into an active email subscriber. And finally, let's look at how this all builds to the ultimate stage, clips. This is your bottom of funnel content. These are the personal stories, the raw behind-the-scenes moments. Now, these might get fewer views overall, but their goal is absolutely vital. They spark real person-to-person conversations, they build deep connection, and they nurture your most loyal, engaged audience. But hey, no matter which type of script you're writing, you've got to remember the golden rule of short-form retention, and it's represented by the number 75. A 75-word script translates to roughly a highly retained 30-second video. Those first 3 seconds, they're make or break. You literally have to be ruthless about deleting the fluff. Say exactly what you need to say in as few words as possible so you keep your viewers hooked all the way to the end. Section 5. Playing by the rules. Compliance at scale. Look, scaling your content engine using AI is incredibly powerful. But if you want that growth to actually be sustainable, strict adherence to platform guidelines is simply non-negotiable. As AI gets scarily good at mimicking reality, platforms are, rightly so, stepping in. YouTube has officially rolled out a mandate requiring creators to disclose when they've created realistic, altered, or synthetic content. So, if you're using tools to generate a video of an event that didn't actually happen, or you're using a cloned voice, you have to select an option in YouTube Studio to add a label. It's a measure designed entirely to protect the health of the whole information ecosystem. And here's the really crucial point. It's not just platform policy, it's actually the law. The FTC has incredibly strict disclosure rules for influencer marketing. Your disclosures have to use clear, unambiguous language. They must be placed above the fold so they're visible on all mobile devices right away. And for videos, they have to be kept on screen long enough for a normal person to actually read them. Just tucking a hashtag way down at the bottom of your description box, that is legally insufficient. You really must be transparent. Wow, okay, so we have covered a massive amount of ground in this explainer today. You've seen the raw power of synthetic intelligence to orchestrate entire campaigns. You've learned exactly how to structure your content to dominate AI overviews and how to script for maximum retention across your entire funnel. And of course, you know the rules required to keep your empire fully compliant. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Knowing that the playing field is entirely leveled right now, how will you synthesize these exact tools and strategies to adapt your workflow today? The tools are just waiting for you. Get out there and build your engine. Thanks so much for learning with me today.